Welcome to Sad Klocki Hour. I'm Pro Lego Channel, and this is the podcast for people who don't have enough Lego. That's right, this podcast is like a super mushroom when you already have a super mushroom. That could have been stronger, but whatever. This is episode 3, so we're going to be talking about a lot of things. Since the last time we talked, we'll specifically be talking about Super Mario a little bit, so there's some of that. I do have a section with Just Too Good and M&R. Bricklink added again. That was a topic from episode 2, so we're going to probably be talking about that a lot. Universal making more Jurassic World parks, park worlds, and that probably means sets forever. We'll be taking a brief ad break. Then we have a Q&A, followed by talking about the haunted house, and I think that's going to take us to the whole hour. So let's start with some easy stuff, some good stuff. So this section does have a quick intro. It's a news segment that I want to continually use and have guest people talk about. I think it's a good way for guests to kind of interact and be sad about Lego in their own unique ways. So it's called This Is What Dreams Are Made Of, and basically I'm going to interview people and ask them what their dream theme is. One $100 or more set, one polybag, and 3 sets of their own choosing. Spoiler alert, Just Too Good picks Mario, and it was, this whole thing was recorded in a noodle shop before Mario was announced. So there's some good background audio. If you don't like that, you can skip this section. Hopefully you can deal with it. M&R's is original, though, and has not been confirmed since we recorded it, so enjoy.
Oh, we're having a podcast right now?
Yeah, so I'm just going to record it with this audio, which is fine. I'm sure that the background music is going to be bad. But so you know what we do here at Sad Klocki Hour, right? You guys know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We talk about Lego.
I gave you the idea for Sad Klocki. I gotta go.
I mean, are you getting royalties?
I'm getting royalties.
No, he's definitely not. I did not see him patent it. Anyway. So the thing I was thinking about, what would make you the saddest and the happiest about building something with Lego, or maybe imagining? So
if
this is a segment I like to call This Is What Dreams Are Made Of.
Oh, what dreams are made of.
And you get to pick an IP that Lego has made and doesn't currently or will never make, and you make 5 sets based on it. One has to be over 100, one has to be a polybag, the other 3 are up to you. And you pick a movie and you tell me what sets you want to see from it.
Right now.
Oh.
Oh, can I pick video games?
Yeah, sure, you can do it. You can do a video game. What do you want to do?
Mario.
Okay, so Justin is made saddest by the fact that we don't have Mario. Tell me what you got.
Okay, so you want a $100 set?
Yeah.
I guess I'll start off with that. Princess Peach's Castle.
Okay, and that's like 120, like a 300.
130. I think it'll be a facade. It would be like the front.
Okay, like the
inspired by. No, I don't know about.
Like a
Disney.
Facade?
It would a
little bit smaller, like
I'm thinking like
Birds?
place. Yeah, I'm thinking Haunted High School.
Haunted High School. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking, because I'm thinking like it wouldn't be like a D2C. It would be like a play set. So you have the facade, maybe Yoshi at the top if they want to reference Super Mario 64, and I guess the main conflict would they would probably just throw in Bowser in there, and it would be Bowser versus Mario. You know.
So what's your littlest set? What do you give me for a polybag?
A polybag, it would probably be something really stupid,
now it's
like
license,
Mario
so
and Super Jumper.
I was going to say, it's going to be 20 pieces probably, because it's licensed. So Mario is just a Super Jumper, and he comes in it's an exclusive cape?
I'm thinking that if they brought the Mario line, they would bring back the Super Jumpers, because he jumps and shit.
You don't think they would come up with a new one?
I don't think it would be. We wouldn't get an exclusive polybag. It would be a Trolls. It would be like Trolls. So it would just be Mario on a Super Jumper.
No, but I'm saying you're not going to give them. They're not going to give them a new jumping feature. They're going to use. You think they're going to reuse the same one?
That's a good point. I think it would be a new one, but it would be one that doesn't damage the legs, because people are complaining about that.
How about a Minecraft-esque, just a lever?
Just a lever, yeah. Lever. It would probably be something like that.
So it's just some blocks.
More effective, yeah. So that would be the smallest one. Some other sets, there would probably be a Mario Kart set for $30.
So you want a Mario Kart, okay, with just 2 cars?
It would probably be 4. Because think about it, they're little go-karts. Go-kart polybags.
They could get a $30 set with 4 vehicles. That's never going to happen.
Okay, you're right. A $40 set with 4 vehicles. Okay, so I'm thinking 40. It would be it would have the square box.
Okay.
It would have Mario, maybe a weird character like Dry Bones or something.
So like a reskin of Koopa.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Exclusive to
can
this
you
set.
make Koopa? Can you make dry bones with Koopa's pieces? You think? Like, if,
I mean, you could just paint it white, literally, and like draw some black.
that's
to,
what I'm
like,
saying.
show
So
Nexus face.
his shaping of his head isn't
It's
different.
the same, I think. Yeah.
I think it's a little different.
It's so close. They don't care about things like that.
Nintendo would though.
You say that, but DreamWorks should have.
With what?
With the trolls.
What part of the trolls?
The trolls' lower half their head are all the same.
Yeah, that's true.
They got hair, but
That's true. Well, not all, but most.
okay.
Yeah. All right. So there would be a Mario Kart $40 set. There would probably be like a small set with like Fire Mario and Fire Luigi, like a battle pack or something.
Like a battle pack.
$15.
Just two people though.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Probably the two of them, and maybe like a Goomba.
So we're actually at Noodles eating, and that's why the background audio is really good.
Oh yeah.
We just had our podcast producer drop by and give us some food.
Yeah, it's a very, efficient way to do this.
So Justin got all his sets on?
No, he's got two more.
Wow.
He's got one more if he's finished with the
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, and
Castle.
Fire Luigi and Mario battle pack.
It's hard to think of sets with Mario beyond that because like there's not like what it would be random sets
You
at that
don't
point.
want
It'd be
like a build up of Mario.
Oh god, they probably will make that.
They would.
But
100%.
yeah, I wouldn't want it.
You wouldn't want it. So what's your dream?
They'd probably
set,
make a
Tom?
Bowser one too.
Okay, so you're saying that's what they would do, but what's your dream set? Like, tell me, this is your dream.
A minifigure series.
A minifigure series instead of a set? I don't know.
I would know if I was them. Make a minifigure series. Make a D2C Princess Peach's Castle. Bam. Because each minifigure series that's licensed each year gets a special set. This is a theory I've had for a while.
It's a theory he's had, but
Yeah.
it's just a theory. A Lego
Well,
theory.
it seems like
DC's
a type
not
of
gonna
theory you
get
can
anything.
prove through data and analytics.
Oh.
Where's the DC? Where's the DC?
Well, that's why I was saying Harry Potter's gonna get one.
Okay.
So one series per year gets it. Last year, Disney got one. 2018, Harry Potter got one.
2017.
What was 2017?
Good question.
It was 2017 had Series 17.
That's a good observation.
It had Lego Batman movie, which did get a D2C later that year, and Ninjago movie, which did get a D2C later that year.
It did.
So I don't know. I mean, you could count those, but
So I mean, if you want to go now, yeah, you can.
Yes, Gamash. My name is Borat.
So you want Borat? Okay.
Yes.
He's gonna do
I
a
would like
Borat.
it very much.
He's gonna have a My Wife polybag.
No, the polybag is a Borat the beach.
It's
It's just him and his
him.
unitard.
okay.
No extra pieces. Nothing.
Maybe a little beach setup, but it's just him wearing his solo
Now
bathing suit.
you can't see this because I'm not filming it, but Ryan is scrolling through Borat Google Images.
I need set ideas, all right?
He's
You
trying
would
to make
have
set
the,
ideas.
didn't he have
off
the van? The van that had like
That is an idea. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Okay,
there.
so your polybag
So
is just
$5 polybag, Borat
okay.
the beach.
Okay, what's your big set?
No, I can't do.
Okay,
well,
you're going
I'm
in
getting
order?
there.
You're ramping
yeah,
up? Okay,
I'm gonna
ramp up,
try. I'm
ramp
gonna
up,
try. I'll
okay.
probably mess it up somewhere.
Okay.
My $20 set is Borat picks cheese. And what is this? It's cheese. And what is this? It's cheese.
It's a grocery store.
It's
mod?
just the cheese aisle.
Okay, so it's like one aisle and it's like a $10 set, a $15
$20.
$20. Okay.
Comes with the employee
Okay.
wearing a red polo shirt, khaki pants, and then you have
Okay.
a Borat in his suit. Exclusive, of course.
Whoa. The iconic suit is exclusive to the smallest box set.
It's not very well thought out.
See, this is how you know this isn't going to happen because his dream for a set is the $20 set. Has
Well, I
the
thought
exclusive
we knew it
minifigure.
wasn't going to happen the moment he said there was going to be Lego Borat.
No, I
Alright.
know. But I'm just telling you it's not the Borat. The Borat's not the thing
This is
that he
hypothetical.
likes.
All right, $50 set
$50.
is Borat's hotel room.
Okay.
Okay, pretty straightforward. Just Borat and his amigo. Actually, there's a better scene. No, scratch that. Borat with the swingers.
Okay.
I'm not going to describe the scene any more than that.
You can. This is for ancient fans of Lego. Only ancient.
But you can watch the scene in Borat. You'll know what I'm talking about. That's a $50 set. $70 set Borat's house in Kazakhstan. It comes with family members, and his sister, number one horn of Kazakhstan.
He said that so quietly.
I'm
never gonna get that audio clip. That's
all
fine.
of the famous characters,
Yeah, all of it. All of the famous.
And then for my $100 set,
Yes.
we have the Borat ice cream truck with Borat, his traveling partner, whose name I can't remember, and of course the bear.
Now, is the bear going to be a brick-built action feature, or is it going to be?
It's going to be the bear from Lego City.
The molded.
Yeah, it's going to be the bear.
Mountain bear. Okay.
The bear. And this will also come with a little off to the side thing. I was going to have a set called Borat in the Hood, but that's
you're going to combo those.
It's
two?
going to combo with this, so it has something to go. He has somewhere to go.
So you have some conflict.
Yes.
Oh, good.
So that's my Borat lineup.
Okay. Yeah. No. So I feel like one of those is man, this would be really cool if it happened. The other one is man, if I owned that building blocks brand that made The Office, this is what I would do.
My canceled set is from a Borat deleted scene.
Oh.
It's
Why would they make a canceled set off of a deleted scene?
Well, it's my canceled set. It didn't make the cut.
Oh, it didn't make the cut. So this was supposed to be released in 2006?
Yeah, it's the
wow.
Crystal Restaurant where Borat is the cashier.
Yeah.
And he takes some money from a customer. He goes, one for Crystal, and one for me, and one for Crystal.
Is there going to be some kind of play feature
There'll
involved?
be four $100 bill things in Lego, and Borat takes one of every two.
Okay, good, great.
And that is my full Borat lineup, including a canceled set.
Wow.
That's real depth. Yeah, so honestly, I didn't think that you guys were going to come up with full lines that quickly, and we're under 10 minutes with both of you having come up with 5 sets. So
we did pretty good.
I had 6. I get bonus points.
I don't know if you get bonus points. I don't think there are points to give out here. There's no winners here. It's only losers.
There's no winners.
Yes, sir. Let us know in the comments who has the better ideas.
Vote on the poll on screen right now.
This is an audio format. There may not be a screen.
Vote on the poll.
Okay, bye. So I guess now is a good time as any to talk about Lego Mario. And basically I'm going to go ahead and just switch over to my web browser. Go to, I guess Brickset would be a good place to get the information. If I type in Mario, is that going to come up with anything? Yeah, theme, Super Mario, cool. Brickset's a little bit quicker on this stuff because Bricklink, surprisingly, doesn't want to update their database until things are officially available, so you can't sell them early. Anyways, Brickset. It looks like we've got 17 sets announced so far. We've got some polybag that's supposedly going to retail for $10. We got a couple little expansions. We got a bunch of costumes. And I think that the costumes are the big thing we should talk about today. And why should we talk about them? Because they're kind of bad. I've heard they are going to be retailing for $10, and it's just a little piece of terrain, the smallest piece of terrain you could imagine, and an outfit from Mario that does not come in the package. And yes, I think most consumers will be able to read on the package, and it says it doesn't come with Mario, and the Mario's kind of grayed out, but he's still there on the package. And I very much would not be surprised if come Christmas, grandparents are saying, oh, my grandbaby wants Super Mario Lego. Let me just buy this little one for him. Actually, I'll buy him 2 little ones or 3 little ones, because at that point they could almost just have bought the starter set with an actual Mario, but they just bought 3 outfits for Mario. They're getting him 3 sets. Wow, he must love it. Little Jim boy is going to love these Mario sets, and he gets them, and they're useless because they're barely Lego pieces, and they're for a thing he may or may not have. But, that's kind of my opinion on it. The sets overall don't look that bad. The gimmick's really weird. I think that's the big, takeaway, is that it's a weird there's a glowing spot between Mario's legs that reads bricks. So we don't want to get too into it, but we can talk about that more someday. But that's just a quick thought on the actual Mario that got revealed and such. So I know we brought up the topic of Bricklink when I was talking about Super Mario and why I was using Brickset's list of sets, but I guess I could have used the Lego website too. You can use that. It kind of works for it. But Bricklink is my preferred, catalog of Lego sets, but it isn't always updated and stuff. And we're going to go into a little bit of a conspiracy theory kind of tangent here. And then we're going to talk about buying Lego during a quarantine or self-isolation and whatnot. So basically, the conspiracy theory is pretty simple, but it goes something like Lego very opportunely bought Bricklink right before all this stay-at-home orders and lockdowns and self-isolations started taking effect, a couple months before it. And I know that you can't be like, this company only did it for the money exactly, but they obviously did it for the money. But did they see something like this happening in the future where there was going to be not necessarily a global pandemic, but a big change in the way we bought Lego? And they capitalized on it, made a good purchase at a good time to do that. Because I know a lot of people that I've talked to have been saying they've been buying more off of Bricklink, or if they're, have a Bricklink store, they've been saying their Bricklink store has been crazy and busy, more busy than it's ever been, some of them are saying. So all anecdotal, but basically the question for this conspiracy theory is that Lego now controls the secondhand market and the primary market, and being that most people are being respectful and trying to do their part by staying inside, they're ordering their Lego from one of the two major ways to buy Lego, Lego's website or Bricklink, which is an interesting sub-thought. I guess I don't really want to dwell on the facts and the timing and stuff and say Lego was being an evil corporation and trying to put their hand in all the honeypots. So we'll leave that to your imagination. But basically, the rest of this kind of quick discussion topic is going to be about getting your Lego fix in these trying times. So I think the obvious thing, like I mentioned before, is that Bricklink is a great source when you can't go to a Lego store and do a pick-a-brick order, or cup, I guess. You can still do pick-a-brick on their website, but because of the high demand, they also weren't doing bricks and pieces orders, which that did come up recently. But for a couple months, that was down, which that's fine. It goes down during the holiday seasons too when they get busy, so not a huge loss. But Bricklink was able to pick up that slack, so I think that was a good way for it. A lot of people are out of work and stuff because of the trying times. And I think that having a small business like a Bricklink store was a good thing for them. So they were making some extra money. So I think that's a lot of good stuff coming out of this situation, honestly. So then the other question is, if you're buying a new set, are you buying it on Bricklink? Probably not. You're maybe buying it on Lego's website. And I think that's a okay one, but I know a lot of people are de-incentivized because of the VIP program right now, and it just doesn't feel like it's worth it to buy it there for full price, even with some future coupon promises from Lego, and the gift with purchases have been fine. There's a beach buggy and an upcoming hot rod, I guess. So that leaves are you doing in-store pickup? I know Target has in-store pickup and Walmart has in-store pickup, and both of them, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but have the option to buy certain Lego sets. I don't think they have their entire range of Lego sets for pickup, but you can have someone going around a store, an essential worker, buying the Lego for you, basically going to the aisle, putting it in a cart, and then bringing the cart out to your car and loading it up for you. And the prices are the same competitive prices as Lego, so why would you necessarily wait? I know I've seen a lot of people having trouble getting specific CMFs. That they're trying to get the Series 20 figures they need. And I've bought a couple. When I've had to go out to the store, I did swoop by and grab a couple packets and do that. But I didn't feel them or anything because I feel that would be very irresponsible to sit there and, first of all, touch a bunch of things, but second of all, just spending that extra time in contact with people, even though I am not sick currently and was not sick when I was shopping. Who knows, what the other people around there are or aren't. So I think that's a weird change in the way we buy Lego, because normally I would be all over feeling up figures if I wanted to get a specific one, but definitely not doing that now. Again, I guess Bricklink, an eBay even maybe, is kind of your best bet for something like that. Someone that bought a figure and selling it because they don't like it or they already have it. Something like that could be your saving grace in collecting that whole series. I know that a lot of places weren't stocking their Lego quite as rapidly or at all. So maybe your local, grocery store doesn't even have Series 20 minifigures yet, which that would be real rough because they're already starting to become harder to find as far as I know. I guess with the Lego stores reopening, you probably will have a chance to go there, and I've heard rumors about the Lego store employees already feeling out the figures for the general public so that they don't have to rustle around and touch everything. Which is nice, but there is something lost when you have to just blindly trust that someone was able to feel the figure, and I guess it's just as good as anyone else, but that's a definitely big change for a lot of people. And then, last off, what are you gonna... all the new sets coming out being delayed, and I know people are saying, oh, I'll just wait for it to ship to me, or do you want to wait for a physical store to open where they got the physical product? Maybe, and then you don't have to worry about it being maybe delayed for months at a time. I don't know too many people with that, but the Pirates of Barracuda Bay idea Lego set, I know people were saying was taking weeks to ship, and I don't know anyone personally who hasn't got their copy yet, but I've heard stories online where people haven't got their order. They ordered the first day, still hasn't shown up, so it's been a month now. It's kind of weird. So I guess that's a pretty good bummer topic to talk about. I think that one just real mellows everyone out. Kind of makes you sad about Lego, right? Maybe that's what we like to do here, and it's kind of our niche in the Lego podcast, just making you feel sad just a little bit about this hobby that we all enjoy. Now, I know all the ancient fans of the Lego out there are probably tired of seeing new dinosaur molds and Jurassic World sets with the same old reprinted and recolored and remolded dinosaurs, but also I am. So we're going to talk about it. Basically, there's a bunch of news articles coming out about Universal saying that they're going to be doing continue to do Jurassic World movies after this next one. And there was even an article on Forbes saying why they can't afford to not do it, which the thing that movie studios all want. They all want a franchise that they can just keep going with. They want a Star Wars. They want something big and flashy and easy to make more movies of. And Jurassic World could be that for Universal, so that's fine for them. But does that mean that Lego is going to make Jurassic World an evergreen theme? We've had sets from them constantly for years now, and that's good, quote unquote. I don't know. The sets obviously sell or they wouldn't be making them. I'm on the Lego official website, and it is, is it May? Yeah, it's May 26th, 2020, and there's 4 new sets coming out. 2 of them include Breakout in the title, and there's some new dinosaur molds. We got a Gallimimus, Ankylosaurus, and then we got some baby Ankylosaurus and a baby Triceratops, I think, are the new ones. But we're also getting an Indominus Rex again, and a Pterodon, and then another blue raptor. So cool stuff. Not mad about dinosaurs ever exactly. It's just all these set pieces. They know what they're doing. The Gallimimus and the Pterodon Breakout comes with a big bulky quad vehicle thing and a little piece of a lab, and the Dr. Wu's lab baby dinosaur Breakout does come with Dr. Wu I guess. Haven't seen the movie. And a chunk of lab. And, like, I will probably be picking up the lab because it comes with the 2 baby dinosaurs and it's going to retail for $20. So I've definitely been picking up little dinosaur sets cheap enough and getting them on deals and stuff, and then getting dinosaurs, and I like to add those to my Lego collection. Can you ever have enough dinosaurs? I don't know. I really liked the slight creator-esque dinosaurs. Were they creator line? I don't know. You used to build, they had little box sets where you had little baby dinosaurs and they had some bigger dinosaurs, and they were mostly brick built with some, they had the dragon arms from the classic castle series as their arms on some of them, so like they were made with things that were real pieces, and these ones, they use a lot of special molded stuff, and the bodies are all completely different, and maybe they share the same arms or legs as a different dinosaur, so I mean, like, I don't know. I would have preferred those old classic ones, but I know we're not getting them, so I guess that getting dinosaur sets forever isn't going to be the worst, because, like, at least, like, the big Jurassic Park gate, like the Welcome to Jurassic Park gate had a big brick built dinosaur, so like there's a chance that we get, brick built dinosaurs in the future, or possibly more modular dinosaurs. I don't know, I guess it's all wishful thinking, but either way, it looks like we're going to be getting a lot of dinosaur sets in the future, and kind of mixed feelings on it. I guess you can comment on YouTube or message me on Instagram and tell me what you feel about it. But, I think it's important to know what it is, and when a thing becomes an evergreen theme, kind of like Harry Potter is going to be around for forever, Star Wars has been around for forever, City is obviously the real evergreen theme, but what is something lost? Like, did we lose out on something, another theme that we could have gotten, a similar theme, a completely different theme? And I guess that's the real question that we can't answer. So I do want to take a break from all the Lego sadness action and say thank you to the people that made this possible this week, which is the listeners like you. All of you listening right now were the reason that I was able to make it. Well, not reason I was able to make it, but the reason that I felt compelled to actually sit down and do this, because I know that you guys have been wanting it. So instead of an ad, it's just me saying thanks for listening, which I'll also probably put a YouTube ad, because apparently people think it's funny when I say that I will and then do it.
So up next, we got a segment I like to call Questions, and probably just more questions, honestly, but I asked on Instagram for some people to give me some questions, because I don't have a ton of ideas for this episode, and it's, really taxing sometimes. Podcasts are so easy. They're really easy to make. Just make them. So we're going to kind of start with the order they came in. I don't think I'm going to be putting names on them, though. I think I'm just going to read them and leave them anonymous, I guess. We'll figure out something better for that. But it says, have you heard about the man in the river? Yes, I did hear about that. It was a tragedy. He fell into the river in Lego City, and the publicity... So this is what they won't tell you on the other Lego podcast. The city firefighters and policemen were not able to save him because they could not build the helicopter fast enough. And I think that it's kind of weird that everyone, wake up sheeple, but everyone just believes that he was rescued. Have you seen him? Have you seen him since he fell into the river? Yeah, I didn't think so. Let's see here. This one is a two-parter. It's, will Lego Group ever become a publicly traded company? And if so, would you buy stock? Actually, I guess it's a multipler than that, because it then says, if so, what year will this happen, and what will be the starting IPO be? Hashtag predictions. Yeah, no, I don't think they will. As a real fun antidote to this, Lego's company that owns it bought the company that owns Legoland. So like Legoland and Lego are on the same, they're brother and sister and brother companies now. And Legoland was public, if I'm not mistaken, publicly traded, and then they went private again because they got bought by this conglomerate. So I don't see them going public anytime soon because they just unpublicked a company that's the same equivalent as that. So the next question here is, what movie would you like to see made into Lego? So that's a really interesting question. I think that a real good choice would be possibly something. So Lego Movie was real cool, did a lot of fun. Lego Ninjago didn't do so hot, but between them was Lego Batman. So like Batman is the thing that everyone knows. Everyone loves Batman. Batman, cool guy, right? So what if we did something that people already know, like possibly Superman or something else DC Comics related? But what about like something like not a current Lego theme? And I was going to say Fast and the Furious, but I think we got leaks that they're getting a Technic line. So that doesn't work. But how about like Lego Transformers would be cool, possibly. Like I could see that. I know there's a Creo thing with Transformers, so like what movie would you like to see made into Lego? Back to the Future, although we did get that kind of, but like just a one-off film kind of jumping around the three of them, or possibly something supplemental. I like that one a lot. How about like another original Lego movie, but it's not the Lego movie timeline. It's just like a brand new timeline. So let's just real quick spitball something random that Lego could do, and it would be like so it wouldn't be in the same setting, because I think they thematically all the four Lego movies are the Lego movies are kind of linked together. Batman references the first one, and then in Lego Movie 2 they reference Batman. There are some references in Lego Ninjago, if I'm not mistaken, although Lego Ninjago and Batman used a lot of natural elements, like water specifically in Lego Batman and bamboo forest in Lego Ninjago. So it's hard to say that they're not related, being that there's Lego kind of intruding into the natural world, so like they're related. But so I want it maybe possibly related, but like I don't want them to have had the apocalypse. I don't want the time traveling shenanigans. I don't want the Batman arc to have necessarily been in there, but I just want possibly a policeman. I'm thinking a policeman, and he goes and solves a crime, and it's something mundane as hell in the real world, but like when it's amplified into the Lego space, it's going to be super cool and thrilling and very important. So like perhaps a sock. Could a sock be missing? Like no, because that's a real world item. Well, there were real world items in the first movie, and they were called like artifacts, and there was a whole thing about the Orb of Titulist or whatever. So like them getting brought into the Lego world isn't unheard of. So like maybe there's only one sock in the Lego world, and he's gonna figure out what the hell the other sock is. Or how about? Oh, okay. So it's an art caper, where an artifact, possibly art related, is stolen, but there's a fake one on display, and the cop notices, or maybe some kind of detective or something, but he notices it, but nobody else is talking about it, and he's like, we've got to solve this. So he gets together like a crew of awoken Lego people that know, they understand that like the world is a fabrication, and they're going to break down the barriers between the sheeple Lego people, Lego sheeple, and the bourgeoisie, is that what I want to call it? Like the big conspiracy. He's going to figure out what's going on. He's gonna, like, kind of like in the first one where there's like the wall that like separates the different areas. He's gonna like bring us down and like reveal the truth. But here's the thing, right? Because it's a Lego movie and it's fun and subversive, they're going to get to the point and then they're all gonna realize, like, hey, those people are probably better off because of the systems in place. And again, it is weird because it's a corporation telling you that. This is a giant glorified Lego commercial, don't get me wrong. So it's like, hey, the companies that are ruling your life, the organizations that rule your life, are making it a lot better than it could have been, because we're not like, shoveling mud 12 hours a day to make houses. And we have good corporate, medical insurance and stuff. Anyways, I don't know the exact end of it, but that's the Lego movie I want to see. So let's move on to the next one. Wow, that one got crazy. What is your favorite and least favorite Lego theme? Castle would be my favorite right now, for sure Castle. And if I had to go slightly more specific, I really have real fond memories of Knight's Kingdom 2. Specifically, like, just the named knights, and they've all had their unique emblems, and there were like bad knights that were all kind of interchangeable but bad, and then there was like the Vladik guy that was now more powerful and stuff, so like very cool that. Least favorite though, let's go least favorite. Also, I really liked Fantasy Castle. That was really cool with the trolls and stuff. And then I also liked King's Castle. I liked the one, and he had like they had a crown on their crown. I don't know, on their chest, and I cannot think right now what the one that is, but that was hecka cool. I got like a damn catapult from them. Cool. Anyways, least favorite. Least favorite's such a hard one, because like I want to say Bionicle, just gut feeling Bionicle, but I really liked Bionicle when I was a kid and stuff. But Bionicle kind of now has led to a lot of weird things. Like, I liked Hero Factory, and that was way better, but like less story. Like the builds were way cooler. Like, they built giant mechs to fight giant kaiju, and then they went inside of themselves. They were the Bionicles, and then they went inside of even bigger Bionicles. Like, that's a really freaking cool thing. But then, like, the story was kind of poop. So let's not go with that one. I'm gonna say no to either of those two. Least favorite theme, I'm gonna say I like Speed Champions for the memes. Everyone likes the memes of the Ford Fiesta and like the Porsche and all these super expensive cars, and they're like, I got you a Porsche for your birthday, it's $20. Yeah, everyone likes that. Everyone's cool with that. I'm gonna say, let's go super controversial and go with like, no, because I like Harry Potter. Even I was gonna say Harry Potter could be it, but it's like the closest we have to like a continuous castle and magic theme. Least favorite though, let's go with architecture. I don't like the direction they've gone with architecture. Also, Brickhead's bad. They just need to stop making Brickheads. I'm sad about all the Brickheads they keep making. I've talked about this one before, but we'll talk about it briefly now. How did you get into Lego? What was your first Lego set? My first Lego set was a police cruiser and motorcycle, and it came with two little policemen, and they were super happy, and one had sunglasses, and it was really cool. Don't remember the number off the top of my head, and I'm not looking it up. Oh well. It would have been in the mid-90s or something. My first Lego, though, that I got, how did I get into Lego, was because I had gotten some hand-me-down Lego from, they were friends of the family, or had older kids, and they were getting rid of all their Lego, so I got, like, a tub of Lego from them, and it was really cool, like, all these half-built things that they had seen and left in there, and then, like, some figures, and then, like, I was like, I can just build whatever the hell I want, sweet, and, like, so that was really cool for me, as a kid, to be able to just build things. And also, I didn't have like I said, I didn't have any Lego sets before that, so like I was just like, can I build this? And then it did, and I did, and it was cool, you know. Now I feel like kids, and this is old grandpa professional Lego build man here. Kids see, oh, that's a Star Wars ship. I'm gonna build a Star Wars ship. I can only build that Star Wars ship. Not all kids are like that, but you know, that was kind of my introduction. I didn't know there were things to build. I was just like giving them and like, you can build what you want. So dumbest set ever. So I can't tell you a number on the set, but I want to say the dumbest set ever was probably one of the Click-It ones that didn't have good connectability. Anything that Lego and McDonald's has collaborated on in the past several years has been pretty damn bad. I don't know if you call those Lego sets necessarily. They get into some of the Lego databases sometimes. Dumbest Lego set. Oh, that damn 3D printed. Oh, don't worry, you can make it at home. You can make it at home. It's fine. Just make it at home. It's a 3D printed part, and it was like a sketch table, and they're like, oh, here's some real Lego elements you can use, but it's 3D printed, and there's only 300 of them or some garbage that we made, and they're 3D printed, but don't worry, they're up to Lego standards. No, you're bad. Lego, stop being stupid. Are you going to do another ASMR Cheeto building? We need more. Sure, we can look into doing one of those. I still have, so I was recently like moving some stuff around, and I still have a Zephyr Hills gallon water jug full of soapy water because I couldn't get the damn Cheetos off of the Lego set I did that with last time. So yeah, no, I need to figure out a better way to do that. That was not ideal. We got 3 more questions, it looks like. So this one is least favorite Lego element and why? Least favorite Lego element. So this is a really, really hard one for me to say. Cheese wedges, I think, are an epidemic on the world. They had slightly more. So the resolution of Lego builds has been going up. The details have been getting smaller and easier to combine together and well thought out, to be fair. Like, I'm not saying they're not well thought out, most of them, but the resolution's been going up, and you get these things that are hyper-realistic scale models made out of Lego that aren't meant to be taken apart, and I think that's definitely, I mean, hey, look at this thing. It's a scale replica of, we already goofed on Speed Champions a little earlier, but it's a scale replica of Speed Champion car, whatever, you know, real-world car. And you're like, why am I building it out of Lego? Because I like Lego? Something was lost on the way. And I think it was cheese wedges that kind of pushed it over because they've got the same slope as a 2x2 slope, the regular triangle computer console type piece. I'm pretty sure that slope is the same, but it's 1/4 of that slope. So you have to double them up to make the slope as big as that. But then also they cut off abruptly. There's no studs. So they take up. Actually, I guess it can't be the same angle. I'm trying to do the math in my head. Anyways, the point being is that the more small detail pieces they come out with, the more small detailed things we can make, which is really good. But also, the original Lego feel. This is an approximation of a starship, of the spacecraft, of a car. It kind of looks like a Volkswagen, but it's definitely not because we didn't pay the licensing. A lot of that stuff really did. It just feels good and nostalgic. Like, I know that, like, I didn't even grow up with nostalgic Lego sets. Like, the 90s for Lego was not the best. You know, Classic Space was ending. You know, the end of the 90s, early 2000s wasn't. People are like, oh, well, Bionicle saved it. Star Wars saved Lego. Yeah, but, like, why did they need saved? Something went wrong. And it doesn't look like older Lego sets at that point. There was a lot of specialized pieces, bigger ones, to be fair. There were a lot of big specialized pieces. But do small specialized pieces run the same risk? And maybe that's its own topic. Maybe we talk about that in its own thing. So let's move on. That's why you come here for Sad Klocki Hour, to get a little sad, but we're going to have some fun still. If you could pluck one current Lego theme from existence, which one and why? Pluck one current Lego theme. What does that mean? If I could pluck one current Lego theme, so does that mean get it from existence? Any Lego theme that's existed. I think the question is saying if I could get rid of one theme and it was gone. If the theme was gone forever, but everything else was normal, what would it be? I'm tempted on this one. So this one isn't a least favorite, but I'm going to say possibly Chima, because something would have filled its place and it would have been the new Ninjago, because they were wrong about Chima being the new Ninjago. So if I could pluck Chima from existence, we could get a new theme, perhaps more castle-like. Chima was kind of castle-like, but it was like Thundercats-like too, and it was weird. If I could get rid of Ninjago, we could possibly have another fantasy-esque theme? Question mark? I don't know. Nexonites is also a contender, because if we got Nexonites, they would be like, well, we need a castle theme and a space theme, and it's not Nexonites, what do we do? So like that could be good. How about just like plucking one out of existence, like an old one, like what if I could pluck... Okay, here it is. This is going to be... So, for those of you that don't know, and I'm not 100% on the details, Flesh minifigures, though, from my understanding, and I guess we could do a whole episode on this too, Flesh-colored minifigures were introduced after the NBA line. During the NBA line? No, they were first introduced in the NBA line, but there was a controversy because they made several black characters... They made several black characters black, but then they were yellow, but yellow was supposed to be any skin tone, so then they had to retroactively make other skin tones so they could be like, look, it's fine. And it's a weird thing. But I don't enjoy the licensed colored minifigures mostly, and I know that's a controversial opinion of itself, but I think all the Lego people could be yellow for the most part, and I think that would be good, and everyone could be happy with it. So if I could pluck one theme, the theme that caused that shift, and that's, I know, probably not even though, because there's a lot of people that really like getting this superhero or that movie star in a very accurate depiction. So like, we're going to kind of skip the end of that question. And then, last question here. What is your favorite retro Lego theme? Ooh-wee. So I'm going to go with, I really like Castle, as we know, but I'm going to go with Town. And the reason I like Town, the predecessor to City, that's right, Town, is because it was just comfy. It just felt good. The things were correct shapes, like you knew what they were, but they also were simple. And I think that is the idyllic time that kind of Lego felt Lego. We've talked in a couple other questions about like what makes a Lego set or whatever, but I think that's a real easy one for me to say. Maybe that should have been the one I plucked out of time so that I would have it. Is that what I should have done? Plucked that one out of time and then had Town as my own? All right, so I got a few more questions here, and I thought I would just run through. These are kind of more rapid-fire questions, but I said on Instagram, ask me things you don't know about Lego, and I'll answer them. So for the first one is, what does it taste like? And that's a good question, but the plant ones do taste different than the original flavor. Does Lego have the rights to all Disney film shows? And I would seriously doubt that. They can probably get any of them that they want if they want it bad enough. Those companies seem to like each other pretty good, so I wouldn't imagine that's a problem. None. And that was not a good question. Can you eat a Lego set box? Can I eat a Lego set box, or like the disambiguous collective you, the greater consciousness? Because probably, I don't know why you couldn't. Will Lego still exist in 2089? And this is a pretty easy one. Most people do know that plastic takes hundreds of years to break down. So that's, yes, most
of the Lego in existence will still exist. I ate a Lego brick and now I don't feel so good. How long did the Jackstone 4 Plus theme last? And that's real easy. You can actually just go to a website like Brickset and type it in, but it is 2 years, and I believe there's 25 or something sets. Yeah, it looks like there's 25 sets according to Brickset. So 2 years and 25 sets. What are they like on the moon? Lego. What are Lego like on the moon? They're lighter because most things are lighter on the moon. So thanks to those good questions. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so that's that one. That was a pretty good turnout for questions, actually, guys. So thanks for everyone that shared their questions. If you have an idea for more formalizing that, let me know and we can work on that. But for the most part, if you're following my Instagram, you'll be able to see when I post up requests for questions, and I use them for stuff like this, apparently. So thanks to all the people. Thanks to all the people who sent in questions. So this is a big one. We're going to be talking for a few minutes, hopefully, about a brand new set that Lego really wants everyone that's an Ancient fan, everyone that's an adult fan, everyone that's was a 90s kid. They just want them to really like this one. So, it's the Creator Haunted House. So first of all, let's mention real quick. The box doesn't say Creator on it, I don't think. I'm looking. Does it say it's this Fairground? What's it say? Fairground Collection, okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing anywhere on the front where it says Creator, but I mean, it's this minimalistic box. If you haven't seen it, it's a black box with a kind of blue gradient towards the middle, almost a spotlight effect on the background. And then there's a house floating in the void, nothingness. There is a haunted house. It's very much a steeple, almost a church-looking building. It's got a big pointy roof with a big tower in the middle. And that's because it is a drop tower ride for your fairground collection. It does have the words Fairground Collection Haunted House at the top, and there's a Lego logo at the bottom, and then the very bottom is a khaki colored brick pattern where it's got some information like the set number, and it does say 18 plus, but we already know this is 18 plus because this one here is Baron von Barron's mansion, Lorgley, the Manor von Barron. So, well, first off, it's 18 plus, 3,231 pieces. You do get some VIP points with it. It's item number 10273. If you're looking for it, it does cost $250. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend you look it up. You can look it up on the Lego's website or not. There's a little pause button on the features list. Anyways, build a mansion filled with mystery. Find surprise around every corner in the new Lego registered trademark Haunted House. And like they're very much playing it up like it's some big scary thing, and it is, I guess, but they want you to think that it maybe is the haunted house, the Monster Hunters haunted house, I don't know, Scooby-Doo haunted mansion. They've got a lot of other sets that they're invoking here, and that's fine, I guess, but the thing that really gets me is that it's Baron von Barron's manor, his house. There's a glowing von Barron portrait that when you light it up, there's a Pharaoh Hotep behind him cursing him, and it's a whole thing. But the thing is, there's a lot of references, and I only have a couple of them here, like listed on the website. The face of the Sphinx, that's almost a one-to-one recreation of a build from, I think actually Pharaoh's Quest technically, but either way from Adventures. There's also an Idol of Everest, which was an Adventures thing. There's an Orb of Ogle, which is a bad guy from the Alpha Team Agents. Anyways, And there's a bunch of other references throughout here to small little things. There's a junk bot, approximation. It's just an orange slope with some legs. There's some Anubis heads. There's a print or a sticker, I don't know, but of a well, damn, my Egypt words are escaping me, but a tall stick rock with hieroglyphics on it. Damn, that's the correct word. So, anyways, but basically, the problem I'm having here, and I've talked about this with several people and on even another podcast, is that there's an amount of pandering, an amount of, we know that Adventures is popular. The Adventurers was popular. We know that it was a thing that you wanted to see more of. Johnny Thunder got an appearance in a Lego movie set. Isn't that so cool? You know, modern Johnny Thunder. That should be enough for you. Oh, here's some Easter eggs of the Baron von Barron. It's a spooky house. He would live in a spooky house. You remember Scooby-Doo had a picture of Johnny Thunder on the wall. And it's like, they know we want it, but they don't bring it back. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know if I'd like a reboot. I don't know what they're going to do with it. If they just brought out the same old sets, mediocre. Kills the resale value of the old sets, though. So maybe good, maybe bad. If you're reselling them, I mean, no hate, but like, a little bit of shade maybe. But basically the set is, what did I say, 3,000 pieces? And a lot of it is to details, which aren't part of the drop tower mechanism and stuff. And there's a whole little motorized thing. You can literally attach a motor and a control hub and control it with your phone, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. But actually, that's probably the coolest thing of it. But the downside is that they're very much aware of what people want or what they think we want and not giving it to us. Or maybe they think they are giving it to us, but it's definitely not an Adventures. It's not an Egypt, Johnny Thunder and the dock guy and a bad guy and a little biplane and a little desert buggy. 1920s classic exploration. It's kind of insulting. Is kind of, I guess, how I should phrase it, is that I think there's a lot of cute things, and there's some Fright Night references. I think it's a sticker with the Fright Nights logo on it. I can't tell. There's not that many pictures on this, but let me go through these pictures. On the front there's a bat that is very close to the Fright Nights in like a skull helmet, and there's some numbers. I don't remember which numbers they go to. The other insulting thing is, and this is a whole tangent we can go into, but you remember the old classic castle sets? There was a ghost that was used in a bunch of other things and even got reprinted for Monster Hunters. And, well, not reprinted, I guess updated, because the classic ghost was smooth sheet ghost. Okay, cool. He also had a smile, because all the figures had smiles back then. The newer version did have kind of a frown. It wasn't malicious, but it was like upset looking. And that would be the way I would describe it. An upset looking ghost. And if I'm not mistaken, it also had a little bit more of a corner to its sheet, so it like had a behind its head. But the ghosts in this set, it's literally like a white raincoat looking poncho. It's a white hood and plain torso and a plain skirt piece with a printed frown, and I think there's a smiling ghost. I could be wrong that there's two ghosts. Yes, there are two ghosts. And one of them is smiling and one of them is frowning. So it's like they wanted to make a reference to the fact that there's two different ghost molds, but instead of using the ghost molds, which may be out of production, to be fair, I suppose, but they were like, nope, not doing that. Also in this one picture here, there's someone playing with it on the desk. A girl's playing with it on the desk. But they do have Junkbot assembled. There's a orange slope and brick with legs walking in front of the mansion. So that's almost fun, actually. But the insulting thing here is that instead of using the molded ghost, maybe they didn't. To be fair, it is a creator, and creator has this really weird stigma of using the molded pieces. They don't use dogs a lot of times. They like to make brick-built dogs, which is fine. And if that's what they really were going for with these ghosts, I guess I'm not as mad about it, but they did use like a wheelchair piece, and I feel like that's a complex mold piece. There's a lot of... See, now, there's a lot of things that I would consider complex molded pieces that you could make out of standard Lego pieces. Like the fence is the picket fence piece in brown, the fence out front of the mansion. And that makes it good, I guess. They use the skeleton mold, speaking of pieces that they went for. They have a skeleton in the set with the newer style clip arms, to be fair. Not the older style floppy arms, which, okay, fine, that's what you went for. We'll go with it. But they used things that I would like that, say, as a complex mold, and there's no problem with them using complex molds, but if they really couldn't use the molded ghost, the classic style ghost, or even the updated style ghost, why did they include ghosts if it was outside of your command? And to include two of them is the other thing. And yes, maybe they're supposed to be hokey ghosts because they're fairground employees. The whole thing is a fair ride, and I guess that is something that we do have to kind of keep in mind. That, I don't know, that it feels a lot of weird stuff to me, a lot of nostalgia kind of pandering. It really, that's kind of the end. That's the feeling that I get, is that they know that we want adventure stuff. They know that we want spooky stuff. I think they went with olive green instead of sand green, which I don't mind that much. I know a lot of people were like, well, it doesn't match the other haunted house. Well, it doesn't have to. That's fine. It's still a muted color scheme, which I think is fine. Oh, another complex mold. They used the spiderweb piece. The spiderweb piece is definitely a complex mold. They used a lantern piece, which is a complex mold. There's a lot of gates and bar pieces and things like that I would say you could build with, albeit more pieces, 100% more pieces, but you could build if you were going for, we're going creator, so we don't want you to be reliant on the complex molded pieces. And maybe they've got different definitions of complex molded pieces. Maybe that's the thing. But throw a dog into the creator, like 3-in-1 sets. The creator experts can have a ghost mold, and nobody's going to be super upset by it, I don't think. But they're Lego, and they know the stuff more than me. I don't know. And also, did I mention the thing about Creator 3-in-1? Is that your options for Creator are Creator 3-in-1 or Creator Expert? There's really no reason. I mean, I guess Creator Expert because you're like, oh, these are for adults, and like this one with the minimalist box, you want to keep it separated from the baby 3-in-1 sets. But like, why do we need two different creators like that? And then we have Classic, which I would say is basically Creator without the 3-in-1. It's maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. So I would really like to hear like other people's opinion on my opinion. I know that most people overall like the Haunted Mansion, and I think that's fine. If you want to get the Haunted Mansion and you like it, cool. If you've got the fairground and you want to set up all of them, cool. I don't think this one terribly matches, which is whatever. But I want to know if you feel that they definitely know that Adventures is a fun theme that people want to see more of, and they're using it to maybe prop up a kind of subpar set. Because if it was just a drop tower that didn't match the rest of the fairground, would it have a harder time selling? Maybe. If we put a couple, to be fair, 100 bricks or something to make these extra little things, and we put a special printed piece or a sticker, I don't know if it's a print or a sticker, of a classic character and put his name on the ride, does that make it better? And I guess it does make it better. I'm talking about it. I've literally never had an issue with any of the other fairground rides, so I guess it almost got its point. It's kind of hard to say. Okay, so that was a pretty good episode. We did run long-ish because I got kind of passionate about the haunted house and kind of dragged on. So hopefully you enjoyed most of it, and if you did, you can let me know by commenting on YouTube or wherever you find this. Let me know some way. I'm on Instagram and on YouTube. Look up Pro Lego Channel. There's also Twitter that I don't check a ton. But this has been Sad Klocki Hour, and I won't take up too much more of your time. Thanks for that, and I'll be back eventually with episode 4 probably.